Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, September the 8th, 2021. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 73, 1 through 20, Proverbs 14, 1 through 9, Matthew 17, 14 through 21, or you could have read Isaiah 38, 10 through 20, Judges 15, 9 through 20, and then end up with Matthew again. I'm going to take a look at Judges and talk about how it's not really all about Samson. We like to tell stories about Samson. We like the stories. They're really good. Interestingly enough, they're some of the stories that get trotted out sometimes for Vacation Bible School, which seems kind of odd to me because if you really look at Samson's story, I'm not sure you really want a bunch of kids emulating Samson. We'll leave that for another day. But he's kind of like our Hercules, right? We get caught up in notions about his strength and all of the miraculous things that he did, and how strong he was and be able to, fight a lion, kill a lion and tie foxes' tails, all these weird things. But it's not really about Samson. And it's not about his strength. He was only as strong as the Spirit of God let him be, as the situation demanded, as in his role as a Nazirite, as a judge of Israel, as one of God's anointed. And so it never really was all about Samson, although Samson, I don't think, ever quite got that. And even the story we have here, I don't think it's really so much about Samson's strength at this point as it is about Israel's weaknesses, and their willingness to capitulate. Right, their willingness to, first of all, acknowledge the Philistines' power and authority over them, to fear the power of the Philistines rather than to fear the God that they're supposed to be serving, to even their willingness to hand over the anointed one of God, the judge of Israel, Samson, this Nazirite, their willingness to hand him over to the Philistines because they don't want trouble with the Philistines. They're willing to bind him up, which Samson lets them do, and hand him over, right? So whatever you want to say about Samson, he was still God's anointed. He was still the anointed one of God who God had set up to be judge over Israel. So before we get caught up in what Samson did with the jawbone of an ass in this story, said the word. Before you get caught up in that, maybe you should pay more attention and question how willing God's people are sometimes to hand over God's anointed to the enemy. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Get out, enjoy the day. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you later. Boop.